Hi, my name is Heather Cronin-Ott. I'm an autism specialist at Northeast Metro 916. I am working on a social story narrative database. The database is, I get a lot of emails from colleagues and I'm on listservs, and there are a lot of people who say, do you have a social story about? Does anybody have a social story that's, can you give me, do you have a social story about this thing? And so I think it would be really helpful to have a social story database where people could go and search their special words for their social story, and so if you wanted to have a social story that was about tigers, you could type in tigers and see what happens. If you want to have one that's about perspective taking, you could type in perspective taking and some social stories will pop up. Recognizing that social stories is a copyrighted word, so we do professionally call them social narratives, but everyone says social stories, kind of like Kleenex versus tissue. I would say that they're being used in general ed and special ed classrooms, in family, like in homes for families. They teach an individual how to navigate a social landscape. They could be very rules based as well. I mean, it could be like, this is the expectation for this. But a lot of the times for a social narrative, you really want it to help a person understand what is the expected social landscape that you're trying to navigate. How do you feel in that landscape? How do other people feel when you do certain things in that landscape? How do you feel? How do you learn what to do next? And a lot of the times it can be with the person's input. It's really important to get their input in the writing. I think right now in the social story database, you will see a lot of stories that are, again, more rules based, like more expectations based, but they can still be helpful to you. I just think that it's really important to individualize your social stories, but it's, for me, super helpful to have a template to grow off of. And that's what I'm hoping the social story, social narrative database can do.